a rare early morning appearance of DERB.
Good morning, YouTube. As you can see, we are looking out my front window. Yeah, it's a little bit dark. Let me see if I can see the time here. I think you can see that, 5:05. That is early for me. But I woke up, so, I thought, well, I'll do something a little bit different. So here I am. Actually, I'm going to work on some stuff on the computer, and then maybe try to epoxy that piece on, or actually the two pieces on the Arvin radio. So let me see what I can get into. And Bob's up already. Bob gets up this early every day, I do believe. So he's a proverbial early bird getting that worm. So, alright, let me get some other stuff done and we'll come back. Good afternoon, YouTube. Here with you at 12:47 now in the afternoon. I have just watched Bob's video, his latest one on the big picture. I know Bob hates me. He doesn't really hate me, but he just hates it when I get those boards or whatever he sends me, and I look at it, and I've always been a very logical thinker, and part of that is being frugal. That's the word. But anyway, I just thought, I had wondered about that for some time, about that double pole switch. I'm thinking, man, why in the world do we need that? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. What I was going to tell you, since this morning you see the video, the dark video that I did this morning, and that was really early, about 5 a.m. So anyway, since then I have been sitting here working on our latest project. Bob sent me the KiCad files for it last night, and I decided, I had mentioned to him that I would like to make up a schematic for it, and so I'm going to show you on the computer here in a minute what he sent and then what I made, and I'll let you be the judge on which is more better. But he kind of, I understand his position. He works in KiCad a lot, and after anything that you work in a lot, you become more familiar with it, and seems to work the best for you. Well, to me, it doesn't do that, and like I said, I will explain that in the when I do the computer part of this video. But like I said, that's what we're going to look at, see what I have been doing since 5 a.m. this morning, and take a look at that and show you what's going on. Stay tuned.
Good afternoon, YouTube. Here with you on still on a Friday. Started this video out at 5 something. I just did a little update a minute ago, and now I'm at the computer recording the screen. We all seen this picture a bunch of times. So what I've got going here is I'm going to take a minute here and show you the KiCad files that Bob sent me. So I could make the to me more readable schematic and bill of materials. So let me look that up real quick, and we'll get right back to you. Alright, well, here's the first one. This is the schematic that's generated by KiCad, and in itself, this is not too bad. It's a little techy for me. I was telling Bob that. As far as the descriptions on stuff that's, in like this piece here, what does this do? This really has no place to me, you know, of what it is or anything like that. So, and all this stuff here, you know, these for whatever. I'm sure they're important for KiCad and for the board, you know, I have no doubt about that. But for a schematic that, you know, you're just going to show people, I don't think it's necessary. So that's the first file. And like I said, it's a usable schematic. It could be used. The other part about it is the fact that I only have a black and white printer. So, you know, if I get to printing some of these things, you can't even read them in this different colors. So, you know, anyway, that's my reasoning for why I don't like this schematic, you know, as far as publishing on the web or whatever, you know. So let me go to the other file now, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now this file is what's called a CSV file. Basically, it's the bill of materials, but it's in a it's in a sort of strange, it's very descriptive on how it's laid out on the board, and that's fine. I mean, you know, but you know, for average Joe, you know, out there, I don't see that he's going to be able to. I mean, you could probably decipher it if you had enough time. That's what I did. I got to looking at it. I mean, you could tell. This says C2, 10 or 100 nanofarad device, C capacitor, disc. You see the disc there, so you know it's a ceramic disc. Go down to what was it? C. Well, see now that C18 is not even on here. Let's see. Oh, here it is, I think. Well, anyway, there's one that's marked trim. I can't find that one now. This is part of the reason I just don't. I was thinking that was a C16, but maybe it's not. It says disc. Okay. Well. Anyway, like I say, it's just to me, it's not a very good deal as far as the way it looks to me. And like I said, it's just my opinion only. But anyway, so what I did, you know how I am. I have to go into Paint, and once I did that, I had to come up with something that was better than that. So this is what I came up with. This is not very big, but you can see it. This is the same thing, and everything is written in a thing that you can understand. You know what I'm saying? Or I think you can anyway. See here it says C15's the 100 picofarad trim cap. That's this one right here. And like I said, that's, you know, you see what it is. It's a trim cap. So, but you know, this is what I have been doing this morning. I took that bunch of files, that words and scribblings that I saw there, or we just saw, and turned it into this. Now, I did have this on my hard drive already as the original that Bob did, and this was before it was calling a simple AM plus transmitter. And so, you know, this is what I did with it, and I kind of like this. You guys can decide for yourself. I mean, you know, if you think one's better than the other, that's fine. I mean, you think the one from KiCad's better? I mean, if you're used to that, that's fine. But I think the majority of people do not use KiCad. And, you know, I'm saying that's just, I think this kind of a schematic looks better. So, anywho, that's what I have been doing. I like I said, I didn't mean to run on and on about this, but, oh, let me show you another thing here. Let me see if I can find it. All right, now this is a KiCad file also of the 3D view of the board that we have just been discussing, and you can see Bob has been very active getting this thing developed. He's even come up with the logo on the on the board now. That's kind of neat. And I think the one for the signal tracer is the same way now, the new one. But this is basically, you know, the way it's going to look. But now this is the second or third revision, I think, for Bob. So he did actually send one of these off, and he's already gotten it back. So let me show you that picture. All right, well, this is the picture that Bob sent me. He's already, like I said, gotten a board to China and back. And this was the first revision, I guess, of his simple AM Plus. And so that's, like I said, that's what it looks like. I think he's going to send me one or two, he said, to populate and test out, I guess. I never actually got the other one. I built on perf board. I put it together and then I did the voltmeter. Now this new one, again, let's go back to this other. Let's see, that's not the one I want. Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. Let's look at this. This is the original circuit going from. I'm gonna do it like this. And up to here is all the original circuit. And like I said, this is what the transmitter was. Now Bob added this part here, and I'm going to show you this part here. This is the voltmeter part that he had me construct, and I ended up it fell behind my desk, and I've never got down on the floor to get it back. So I'll get down there one of these days maybe. But this is basically that part right there. You just basically hook your meter, digital meter, it doesn't matter what, and tune the antenna adjustment here for your maximum voltage. And that's how you adjust that antenna. And this one, again, this is a modulation adjustment over here. But like I said, this looks pretty interesting. I think it's pretty cool. So that's the one I think he's going to be sending in here very shortly, and so that'll be interesting to see how that comes out. Another thing, I don't know if you've noticed any of the stuff that we're doing nowadays, and I don't know if I have a picture of the latest signal tracer, but there's a lot more mounted on the boards now, and oh, I see now. There's the power connector. Right there is the power connector, and I think is that the BNC or something like that maybe. I can't remember how it was laid out, but we're doing that layout or that type of thing onto the board, and that way it will make it easier to wire and mount. It'll just be a matter of basically screwing putting everything on the board, screwing the board down, and it'll line up with the hole already in the case, and it'll work out much better, I think. So anyway, we're getting there. Like I said, it's taken us a while, but we want a good product when we get it out there. So that's what we've been doing. So that's going to do me for this little video. Like I say, I didn't want to waste my time when I did get up at 5. I thought I might as well get something done, so I worked on that. So we are working. The stuff like that you do on your free time between. Like I said, there's nothing we can do on the transmitter or on the signal tracer until the parts are all in and things like that. I suppose I could write down some instructions, but I think I've decided pretty much to do a video on it and put it on the website, and people want to see how it's assembled or whatever, and that's the best way to do it. I might write down a few instructions, but I think once you see it done, I think that's the easiest way to do it. So, all right, Bob's texting me, so let's see what he wants, and you guys have a pleasant day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see ya.